boy Bleeves.
This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right.
Everybody listen up.
If you don't use NordVPN, you could get hacked, and that would suck.
Bada bing, ching, ching, big profit. Even when the market's sideways.
Don't forget to sign up for MEXC. The link's in the description down below. That helps me out tremendously.
This it's not financial advice.
OKX is offering incentives for you to sign up. Make sure that you sign up today in the description down below.
I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right.
Go to atlashealthline.com for all of your Delta 8 gummy needs and for all your Delta 8 inhalation needs, I want to say. I don't know. Something like that. It's in the description below.
It's been a long day. I mean a long week. Maybe a long year. So let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors.
Guys, if you're outside of America, or if you're lucky enough to be using NordVPN, you could be signed up to BitGet for all of your futures trading needs. The link is in the description down below. Hey guys, if you're trading in America, you can use up-down trading through crypto.com. It's in the description down below. Sign up today and start trading.
Carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way. So everybody gets sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? It is Thursday morning. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. Volti-Eco is launching today. Poo is listed on MEXC, and it includes futures trading. So if you haven't already, MEXC, sign up for your futures trading. 0.02% maker fee. No maker fee, by the way, on ETH and Bitcoin trading. But if you are into Poo, you scad freak, you. If you want to trade Pepe futures, if you think you know what about Bob, then go to MEXC and do your futures trading. Now, if you're overseas, if you are overseas, and by that I mean not in America in some way, BitGet is your option. Link in the description below. If you sign up with BitGet today, you stand to earn up to $5,005 more in bonuses and rewards just for doing some trading. And by the way, you earn a ton by going to MEXC. Look, sign up, take a chance, see what happens. Apply some, put in some money, see what happens in your futures trading, and see if you can't earn a little bit. And they have competitions every single day. When you go and you log up for either one of these, you're going to get pop-up after pop-up after pop-up, and it's going to tell you, hey, do you want to enter this competition? Enter the competition. See how you do. If you lose, you lose. It's okay, because they're not like posting pictures of you up like, this guy didn't win. I mean, come on. Make some money. You're in crypto to make money. You're not in crypto to lose money and wait patiently, right? Let's go. So anyway, the markets, the markets, and look, it's getting very, very difficult for the Chads. And by Chads, I mean the American, it's, hey bro, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning and it's time for me to sell because suffering succotash is, I just need to get some profits. Whatever these idiots say. Look, it doesn't even make any sense anymore, because here we go. I'm going to show you something. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know what crazy means, right? It's crazy, right? It's just bonkers. Just come on. As Stephen A. Smith's like, come on, man. But pre-market. Let's go check the pre-market real quick, because we're going to talk about this Bitcoin guy. Like, Jesus Christ, is a lot. So trading in the red today, right? Trading in the red today, and Walmart doesn't just beat. $1.47 a share off of an estimate of $1.32. 152 billion revenue based on an estimate of 148 billion. They absolutely look. This is the Ron Jeremy of earnings report because they crushed ass. Alibaba, off of revenue of 30 billion, 156 a share versus a consensus estimate of 135 a share. Gambling.com beats because won a bet. Of course, it does. And going down the list, beats. Again, the whole thing is just sponsored by Dre, right? Bath and Body Works, the dead company, right? Crushing it. Dole, beats. Like look, everybody is beating. All of the earnings are out. All of it, everything, everything is happening to the positive right now. And CODM, yes, I did. As a matter of fact, Hong Kong has released a CBDC. We're actually going to cover that pretty soon. It's in a testing phase right now, where they have their own central bank digital currency. However, the obviously the issue is, do we want this is the government issuing their own stable coin? Do we really want the government to be involved in crypto, short of regulation? And here's the important part, right? Hong Kong is China. So I'm nervous about that. I mean, it could be fine. But it does make me incredibly nervous. So generally speaking, the market has been in an uptrend until just a few minutes ago. And then all of a sudden there was this little sell down happening right here. It's because America's awake, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we're just like out here doing our thing, eating nachos, listening to the Beatles, you know what I mean? Checking it out, bro. Or whatever is happening in America right now. God damn it. It's just insane what you're seeing right now in the American market. But here's the thing: we always see that red candle when we start off the day. So I'm not going to call it a big deal, but you do get kind of concerned when the American market is like this. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, and that will change, by the way. That's going to change. And oh my God. Diggy and his wife are listening to the Beatles right now. Oh my God. That's awesome. So let's move on here. Here is the big news for the day. This is, and look, there's plenty of other news that we can talk about, but we're going to talk about the big news of the day. And the big news of the day is Bitcoin bullish signal. Whales accumulate 84,897 Bitcoin. These whales are the people that protect the price. This is the long-term price action. This is the reason that we're able to have these big pumps, and that we're able to create these new floors, because we have these people who are basically angel whales that are going to continue to hold. According to the data from on-chain sentiment, when whales last accumulated like this, the price jumped about 34%. Guys, I want you to stop for a second, and I want you to tell me what 34% of this is. Let's do the math. What are we at here right now? At 27,200. So if we're at 27,200 times 1.34, where does that put us? Holy shit, it puts us right near 37,000. Is that, guys, I'm not making this shit up, right? It's not, could it be this easy, Believes? Yeah, it could be that fucking easy. Because it also, when that article was released, by the way, it was trading at 27,375. So let's go up here and let's make that 27,400. And then where are we at, Believes? We're almost at 37,000. Like, honk. Are we not seeing it? I'm telling you guys, 37,300 is coming. It's not that far away. All of the indicators are telling everybody who's going to listen that it's headed 37,300. But then you have stuff like this over here. Where is this lawn broker? She's down here in Miami taking pictures. And here it is right here. There's Mr. Wayne thinks Bitcoin's going down to 12,000. Gareth Soloway with look, him and his ponytail out here partying it up, living life, thinking that Bitcoin's going to 12,000, and just being, for lack of a better term, wrong about it. It's not going to 12,000, guys. Bitcoin's headed to 37,300. Now, of course, it's going to correct, but if you have an opportunity to get in on that last dip, remember that last dip was 25,800. We did not get 25,002. We got a gigantic wick protecting that price. So, it's possible. Anything's possible. We could always see just a breakdown, a rapid sort of breakdown before we get this bullish liftoff. But I mean, look, all the signs are being put in place right now for the liftoff, right? The big move is coming. And just get ready for it. The addresses on the network are divided into these wallet groups based on the number of coins that they're carrying in their balances at the moment. The 10 to 100 coin cohort, for instance, includes all addresses that are holding at least 10 and at most 100. Naturally, in the supply distribution is applied to this specific group, it would measure the amount of supply that wallets satisfying this condition are holding as a whole. Now, in the context of the current discussion, the Bitcoin whale group's interest in the whole group. Whales are humongous entities that carry at least 1,000 Bitcoin. This is the important part right here. Between 1,000 and 10,000. The below chart shows the trend of Bitcoin supply distribution for this particular cohort over the past year. This is the whale. These are the whale addresses holding between 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin. They've accumulated 84,897 Bitcoin in just the past 5 weeks. So that means that there is a big time reversal. When you have a reversal like that, then you are looking at something big on the horizon. Now, remember, some of these Bitcoin whales include like mining companies. They include like Michael Saylor. I think Michael Saylor is one of those guys. But they are accumulating massively right now, and that is usually a sign of a big time bullish move. So invest accordingly. So Bleeves, have you discussed the rumor that Fury might try to get his artwork pulled from the coin? Might not change the coin, but would affect Twitter and websites. No, I haven't, because until anything happens, that's really just speculative. And in that regard, I would prefer to just look. Here's the thing: I was making Pepe videos for a while, but as I started noticing, like, everybody's just kind of leaning into it for engagement, and I'm like, I'm probably not gonna. I don't really need the eyes of the pay. Like, we'll cover it in live streams and stuff like that, but I don't know if I want to make dedicated content for Pepe. So I really haven't really said much about it, because nobody knows if that really is the case or not. They're just speculating, and they're just saying, well, hey man, this might happen. That's a FUD campaign until it's not a FUD campaign. So, we can talk about it, but I still don't know that there's any truth to it at this point. Unless he comes out with a public statement that says, you know what, these assholes better stop, then, here's what he's going to be against, though. In 2016, he teamed up with the Anti-Defamation League to take back Pepe for the purpose of it being co-opted by the alt-right. Now, if there's a bunch of people out here saying Pepe is love, now he's against love. So it's probably not a good look for him to go after it. He should probably just reach out to them and say, hey, look, if you're making a bunch of money off of this, then you shouldn't. If they say, well, it's a renounced contract, we don't have any money, we're not doing anything with the money, then he could order a cease and desist. Like, do that publicly, so that, people can see exactly what's going on, so that people don't start fudding him. And you don't get people like Pauly, the Pauly guy, who just tries to shit on everybody, and then gets other people who know better to just start shitting on other people. I just don't think that's I don't think that's not love. That's not Pepe being love. That's Pepe being hate and anger and resentment and jealousy. And I just don't think that that's the greatest of looks. Yeah. Coffee. I'm drinking coffee this morning, but I did get a discount. I did get a discount on some Bang Energy drinks. I got 10 cases of Bang Energy for $75. So kudos to me for living the dream. That's a lot of caffeine. Anyway, let's move on from that, because there's still stuff going on. Big player buys ladies meme token. Does that mean that a bull run is incoming? And the answer to that is no, because some whale bought some ladies token. That doesn't mean that we're going on a bull run. However, Here's the thing. DWF Labs, a global digital asset market maker and investment firm, is buying more ladies on-chain data on May 17 show. That was yesterday. Now, checking the price action on ladies, we can see here that it's trading at about 90.74. So if they were a buyer over here on this downward sort of cycle, this is not a great spot unless they were in this accumulation. You see there's a big spike right here in the price action. That could be where they started to get themselves in. And since then, it's gone down and kind of flatlined. So I think maybe they thought they were going to be a market mover and do something specific to this market, and it hasn't worked out yet. Doesn't mean that it won't work out yet, but it does mean that they got into, like, I don't know who's making the decision over there. And look, I'm not the expert on it. They're the expert on it, right? So they know what they're doing. But it seems like throwing that much money into an $80 million already meme token, it doesn't seem like a great idea, especially with liquidity in the neighborhood of 1.93 million. High volatility, and I think they appreciate that high volatility more than you can even imagine. So maybe we'll see something happen in the market. The general consensus of the market right now is that the market is in decline, that it's on its way down from the meme culture, because Pepe was running super hot with gigantic amounts of volume, and now Pepe, in the last 24 hours, Pepe's volume 5.38 million. So you tell me, does that seem like the type of volume that you look at and say, ooh, wow, that's incredible, that's unbelievable? Well, let's go over here and let's look at Pepe. Volume overall, 312 million. Market, and by the way, a lot of this shit's down. So, it could be, but look here, you're talking about $1.7 billion in volume, 2.2 billion in volume. You're talking about billions of dollars in volume, billions, down to 400 million. And it just continues to decline. This is a precipitous decline all the way down. Okay. And and the spike, by the way, you can see the spike in the volume here. It went to 256 million, spiked its way back up, and then of course that spiked the price, but not a ton, right? The price has not spiked a ton in that period of time. So it was still kind of trending in this little downward facing channel towards the upside. So a breakdown in price action might be imminent. If it breaks to the upside, good. Should test 2000 one more time, but it would sure be nice if you want to make a play on Pepe at this point, I would not do it right here. I don't think that doesn't look like it's ready to break out. I would think that the biggest or the best move would be downward just a little bit, because remember, one of the important things here is that, and we don't look at this in meme coin terms, but we really have to at this point, is that there are also a lot of pockets of shorts and longs that are sitting out here, and some of that capital would be necessary, especially if Pepe. Look, I know I'm going into the weeds here, but there's a lot of capital sitting in a specific sort of buy range here. You can see that, like, it just keeps testing 1520 right here. So right down in this area, there's going to be a lot of capital that's sitting there on long positions to get liquidated. Now, if those get liquidated, then it'll drive the price down in the short term, but then that'll free up a lot of capital for people to start aping back in, because you will have confirmed and found a bottom. And, it would look like maybe, we don't see this drop all the way down here, but I mean, there's nothing to say that we shouldn't see a 1270 drop, because this choppy sort of trading that we saw over here, right here, it doesn't mean that, like, we couldn't see like a 12 or a 1300 drop to this area to get a bounce off of that. So I would expect to see, some downward momentum for Pepe, and then a sharp move to the upside. Not 100% lift. I think that 2000 still represents a significant point of resistance. So I don't think that we see it go above that yet. but this downward move would give it the impetus to start banging its way forward. It will have cleared out and it would have liquidated a whole bunch of people, and that'll free up the capital to take it up quite a bit. So that's what I think is going to happen with Pepe. But you do your own research and figure it out for yourself, because you never know what's going to happen with one of these things. But this is, by the way, a long-standing kind of trend here, and it's not breaking above it for a significant period of time. You see two little breakouts, but they did not last for longer than an hour. This is only an hour chart, by the way. So these breakouts are not happening. It's now in that trend line. Now, if it follows, by the way, and we do have to recognize that Pepe had a significant run. If Pepe pulls a Mong, and I don't think that I should be saying that because Jesus Christ, fucking Polly is going to start crying on fucking Twitter. But if you look at the way the structure worked out for Mong, it was testing like down here, like it was down here and it was testing these levels and it was actually doing a good job, right? But up here, it actually popped out and hit one of these big kind of support levels. Now, if Pepe does the same thing on its chart, and we can see something like that play out, then what we're looking at there would be a breakout to around 2,500. So it's very possible that we see Pepe on a breakout to 2,500 because Mong had that same sort of breakout, and there's a lot of positivity coming out of that community. There's a lot of positivity coming out of Pepe. We could see that rally, but I would really prefer to see a move to the downside. Otherwise, I mean, just you're coming in and it's just dumping, and then you're just mad because you feel like you invest at the wrong spot. So, be a little shrewd on it. 1597 is not the play. Get in, at least wait until 1520. And look, if it moves to the upside and you miss it, look, you missed it. It's okay. Not every investment is going to be your investment. This is an opportunity to make a play, and you don't know what that opportunity is. And by the way, if I were to, let's just do this one time to look and see what it really looks like and see if we're getting close. We might be getting close to a breakout. You can see here the Bollinger Bands are kind of tightening up just a little bit. And every time they tighten up to this level, we get a move. This was a big move to the downside. So if this channel tightens up just a little bit more, we see that downside move that corresponds to this one again, and you get down here, that's 1360, 1370, like the price action. If it does what it's been doing on this downward channel, that's an accumulation opportunity, and then go crazy from there. Like that's a big spike to the upside. But again, speculation until it actually happens. Bitcoin starting to do a reversal. We were down quite a bit in the market, and then all of a sudden now it looks like we're returning. No, not really. We were at 27,400. So we'll see. Did you guys know that Homer Simpson cryptocurrency still has a whopping 10 zeros? Yeah, we know. Look, here's by the way, since we really haven't brought it up. But here you go. This is Simpson. Still hasn't had that move to the downside that we've talked about on all these other ones. This is a different trend. This is a different type of pattern that's really kind of playing out over here on this crypto. 24-hour volume is 2.65. When you come over here and look at the volume, you're not seeing a gigantic amount of. We got a little Jared from Subway action, but we're not having huge. Well, you know what? Let's take that back because we are starting to get some of that huge action. So a lot of this volume is Jared from Subway. Gives that false impression. It's that false impression that you get that, oh yeah, dude, we got $3 million worth of volume. Nobody gives a shit. What we give a shit about is the price going up, right? And then people say, no, bro, you got to look at that volatility. You got to look at that price up, because when you have a lot of trade volume, that's generally where it's going to like pop, right? Well, this is not going to pop. This is going to go down. This is a guess. I'm not saying that it will go down. I'm just saying that if I were looking at this, there's no way that I would say that this is headed up. Doesn't mean that it's not going to long-term be fine. It doesn't mean that you won't have a moment where it's going to spike. But I mean, generally speaking, you're looking at your second biggest top right here. This is the pattern right now. That play out right there is where you're going to accumulate underneath. Now, the other thing is, no matter how much volume you have, you only have 7,000 holders. So from those 7,000 holders, you have to come down here and you have to test down in here and see if you can keep popping on this before you start moving back to the upside. So if you're trying to accumulate Homer Simpson, I would never buy at this level. And if I'm wrong and it takes off and it goes to a bigger market cap, again, I don't care. I'll take that loss. But this is one of those things where somebody looks at this and they say, look, if you invest at this level, you're a fucking idiot, right? This is crazy. Like you don't do that. And then it goes up and then people are like, oh, you must be a genius, bro. No, you just got lucky because you made a stupid decision and it paid off for you. And look, sometimes stupid decisions pay off for you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you could do the dumbest thing and it could pay off for you, but that doesn't mean that it was a smart or a wise play, and it doesn't make you a genius. It just means that you're an idiot that got lucky. Now, what I would expect to see happen on this, since we're on it, is this right here. We're going to come down into this kind of level. It'll be underneath here for a little while. And then, look, if you can accumulate down here, this is your play, because then it probably will spike back up at some point. You'll have a move to the upside. There's some certain positivity, but at some point, also, everybody should recognize that, just like Matt Fury, and we just had this conversation about this, that using Homer Simpson's likeness is not going to end well. At some point, that's going to become an issue. And it's going to be a preventative measure to prevent you from taking this thing any further. So there would have to be something that changes in it to cause some long-term kind of stuff, right? So I'm not saying this is going to dump. It probably is. And it 100% is coming back down into this area. But it's, at some point when you're down here, once you start to trade, once you're in the channels, once you find a good level, which is probably going to be like right about here between 1450, this is what, 1473, and then where are we at? 1150. Between 1450 and 1150, you'll probably find another level inside there. That'll be like the accumulation spot, and there's plenty of money to be made. Like it's not that you can't make money at it. It's just that it's got to come down. So anyway, that was a long time for fucking Homer Simpson. Anyway, now by the way, we're going to close this out. DWF is still accumulating, ladies. I don't know what this means, but considering the recent success of meme tokens like Pepe, ladies has been flying higher, drawing attention despite the token's lack of intrinsic utility. And by the way, when we look at this, what is the volume on ladies? Ladies' volume is 3.14 million. So even their volume is significantly down. Coin market cap data on May 18 shows that ladies have been cooling off despite an overall market capitalization remaining decent at 69 million. Ha 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 ha. I see what you did. With this, the token is ranked 324th in the market cap leaderboard. Part of this high market cap could be because the token is listed on some centralized exchanges besides Uniswap, where it is actively traded. Coin market data shows that ladies actively trades on MEX and Gate.io, two popular periphery cryptocurrency exchanges. So if you want to trade futures, by the way, on ladies, then up there, MEXC. Following the listings of the centralized exchanges, the meme tokens trading activity appears to have contracted on Uniswap, which, of course, it always does. But, that's that's the crazy kind of shit that's going on here. Now let's go look at NGMI for Selmo over here. Not gonna make it. 77,000 market. Okay, so I'm gonna really say the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing here, I think. So we had a nice little spike. Oh, dude, if this is it, this is dead. Like, this is, god damn it. Like, okay, so there's no significant volume here, 90,000. And if I see Jared from Subway, then the volume is even worse than what I'm about to say here. It's not bad. Actually, you know what? Let's say that that's not bad. There is a little bit of volume happening. Oh, actually, that's just for the last hour. Yeah, so most of the more significant volume is coming from bot trading and not from, let's see if there's new investors coming in. If there's new investors coming in, there's a possibility for some upside. If there's if there's some news that comes in. But here you have, this is bot trade. This is like, it's bot trade. This is one person, OXC3 ending in 94A4. 1, 2, 3 buys, 4, 5 buys, 6, 7. This looks like they're just using a market maker bot to give buys to make it look like it's trading in volume. And then it's getting people who, again, are just continuing to buy because this is a person that's made multiple buys. The only single buy right here, 0.04. Then we have another single buy here, 0.15. Then we have another one here, 0.55. So there is a little bit of new money coming in, but it's not a significant amount of new money. Now, the other thing is, when this one cashes out, this is somebody who maybe got in a pre-sale or something like that. I don't know. This seems to me like the red cap. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So if this is the case, 1.143 million, there you go. Okay. So I still would not get in at this level because this is you're buying the top right now. And if there is a move here, I don't know, like this, I don't know what's going on here, but every couple hours, this thing gets this goddamn thing right here. And if you come back here and you look at some of these other ones that have had moves, you'll see this is probably a retracement down to a fib level. After the fib level, now it's pumping back up. So what does everything else do? I mean, I don't want to use Jeet here. We're going to put that out of its misery. We use Sponge. But look at what happened over here. It had a spike. It had a retracement. Then it had a bigger spike, a retracement, a bigger spike. So if you're in NGMI, you might be going to make it. This is up 27,000. It's got significant volume. I would try to be as shrewd as I possibly could. As you can see right here, it did retrace back down. This is significant volume. Let's fucking do it. Give me this contract address. All right, so when we get off stream, we're gonna be buying this one. Just see what happens. We're only gonna put like $200 into it, but we're gonna see how this plays out and how this happens. You got 1.43 million in volume, but you only have a 600,000 market cap. That generally means that there's gonna be a flip there, and hopefully that flip's gonna be to the positive side. Now, I'm gonna set for maybe a buy at 1260 or something like that. See if maybe it can come down just a little bit. And then I'm going to try to refresh this screen. And you know what? Let's just do this. Let's make it easier. We're going to go to Defined. I think I like this chart a little bit better to look at. That's a 12-hour. Let's go to a 1 hour, and then let's look at that. That's probably a big Jared from Subway thing. What are we in? We're in hour 12, hour 13. Let's pull this out a little bit. Whoops. Oh, God damn it. Nope. God damn it. I got to retool this whole thing. 60. This is going to be about a 50. This might be actually a good entry position for anybody looking to make a play on NGMI. This actually makes this actually makes a lot of. I'm going to take a shot on this one, and this is the one that we're looking at, Selmo. Here it is, right here. Contract ending in 5301. I mean, we do probably need to scan it at least and see if any liquidity is locked or anything like that. So I'll do that after we get done over here and kind of check it out. But like if it checks out, then we'll take a shot around here. 1403 right now. Only 30,000 in liquidity and a 590,000 market cap. So this is one of those things where it just could have a nice little run. It's already got the red hat. It's already got the icon. So it already looks like it should, in order to get a little bit of traction. This looks like the opportunity. This looks, and there we go. There's a big spike. It just went up 200 points. That's about 12% in 1 second. So, yeah, there's, I would say that this one's going to be volatile and maybe, just maybe, a decent enough play. So, yeah, we're going to do that right as soon as this thing is over. So the big players are buying. Ledger faces backlash for controversial backup tool as crypto community expresses discontent. This is nonsense. This is all kinds of people just doing stupid shit, right? So the seed phrase can leave the device now, which, fair enough. Like you could be like, you could not like that, but I mean, read through this. You can do this if you want to. This is not something that you are required to do or that you will ever need to do. This is something that you could do if you wanted to have another way of backing up your ledger. And all of the security analysts that have analyzed it, who are not whiny fuckboys, all of those people are like, yeah, this is there's nothing wrong here. There's no problem here. This is just a made up thing. So the smart people are all saying, yeah, there's no problem here. And then I think nachos are awesome. Are the ones that are complaining about it. So yeah. And whatever article I had up there from blockchain was deleted. So apparently they were lying about something. Bitcoin whales accumulate over 2.3 billion in Bitcoin as price consolidates. This is the 89,000 that we were talking about over here. Just a big move. This is gigantic. I want to stress that one more time. Then Top Trader says altcoins are about to rally hard. Now, this would be very nice to see if we could get finally an altcoin rally, because if you go look over on, I've been tracking this all the time. When it looks altcoin season, not even close. Like altcoins are not dead, but they do look like they're struggling quite a bit to gain traction in a market that's just all meme focused, right? So we'll see what happens there. Top Trader says altcoins about to rally hard. It doesn't say pseudonymous, so is it valid? Svensson tells his 126,000 Twitter followers that the altcoin market is long overdue for a rally. We haven't had an alt season since the end of 2021. It's been down only since then for the majority of alts. Think about it. Do not be surprised to see them rally hard soon. Many of them, literally right now, just starting to come off the lows. And guys, I can't stress this enough. We are going to have an altcoin rally, and it's going to start at here. Where's Bitcoin? Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that on the day. Bitcoin is going to rally, and we're going to have an altcoin season, and it's going to start at 37,300, guys. Which is only 34% away, which is the 34% that they just told you the last time all of this shit happened, that it rallied and it sparked its way up to 37, that it sparked 34%, which is going to put us at 37,000. And when that happens, there's going to be enough capital out here that it's going to spark an altcoin rally. Now, in the meantime, altcoins are going to move along with Bitcoin because that's what they do. So, yeah, I mean, I would just get ready for it because it's going to be one of those epic sort of moves. Now, with that being the case, time to look at the Dow Jones. Dow Jones down 74. It's down 74 points today so far. Not going to stay. I don't think it stays negative today. I think that all of the FUD, all of the nervousness, all of the whatever negativity that you have out there, I think that's just going to wash away very, very rapidly and very, very quickly because it makes no sense at this point. You can be nervous about the debt limit. You can be nervous about the debt ceiling. You can be nervous about whatever. But when you're getting the data that's coming out from these companies right now about the capital that's getting thrown in, look, people are bearish for no reason other than, there's no logic or anything behind this. So what we're seeing right now, I think, and I'm guessing, I am 100% guessing. I'm not making anything other than a wild ass guess right now. I think that we are dealing with a little bit of artificial manipulation to keep the price in this range, to maybe tire out bulls just a bit for that final dip down here before we take off like a rocket. So that's just me kind of looking at the charts and saying, it really doesn't make sense across the board why there's so much bearishness. And then you're going to get some analyst who's going to say, really? And the data says something entirely different. The data says that this should be moving, right? So I think that we are probably witnessing a little bit of manipulation at the moment to just kind of range out right here before another big move. And I think that that's just, giving people opportunity to ape themselves in. Now let's get into meme coins. I have removed a bunch of them because they're just not doing shit. So, but Mong is the top gainer for the day, sitting at 1517, still continuing, 100 million market cap, 15 million in trade volume. Liquidity still just garbage like every other one, 2.64 million. So, do you have are all these fuckboys at 100 million? Nope. Matter of fact, can't cash out more than 2.6 million. So there's not a whole lot of millionaires being made in Mong yet, but there's a whole lot of money being made in Mong at this point. And at some point, it'll rally again. You'll still have another big run, and you'll get another 2x, maybe the 200 million mark. Oh, you're not getting 200 million market cap. Never mind. This is not going to happen. We're already seeing it starting to top out over here. Doesn't mean that, look, these big wicks right here, if you're long on Mong, then this right here, downward pressure right there, this wicking up here at the top. Now, the other thing is this big wick down here at the bottom does mean that there is a positive price action and a positive move, but I suspect that we're going to see a wick right here, and we're going to see more downward pressure, and then we're going to come down and test these prices. Doesn't make sense for people to hold. That's pie in the sky type shit. It's just pie in the sky type shit. I would expect, if anything, we come back down here and we test very quickly 1,000 one more time before it makes a move towards that upside. Doesn't make any sense otherwise. And if it does, it's just being manipulated, and take advantage of it when you can, but make sure you take your profits all the time on Mong. Don't get wrecked. Poo is at 36.64. A nice little spike. This is a very nice little spike off of Poo. And again, I think it's dead and faded out, but just like Mong, it's doing the same thing. It's hitting this number over and over again, which means that a breakout is imminent. Doesn't mean that it's going to go very high, but it is up a pretty good amount for today. Bob up 15%, 62.91. I think Bob is ready for a move to the downside. None of what's going on here this is just, unless it's manipulation, none of this shit makes sense. So I would expect that we're bouncing off of 6,000 right now. 6,000 is not going to be a support level. It's got to come back down here, and it's got to test some of these lower numbers. So I would not buy Bob at this level. I would zoom out and say, well, shit, I'm at the top of the last couple of spikes. There's no way that I would accumulate here. Now, could be that you'll never see this price action again. I think that you will, but could be that you're never going to see it. And look, this is not about me riding it to the moon. This is just about making some money off of it. So, if it comes down here in the 6,000 range, or if it comes down here in the 4,800 range, grab a little bit, see if it reverses. If it reverses, you make some money. If it doesn't and it comes down, then accumulate again when it hits to the bottom, and then boom, let it flip around. You've DCA'd, and you should see a rise to 6 again. Lillian 32.25, Cult 39.77, Sponge at 51.18, Pepe 15.91. Optimus didn't get that spike that I thought it was going to get. Like, it really didn't. Like, I really thought Optimus was going to do a lot more than what it did over here. But it's still in that little channel right there where I would think that a big breakout is coming. And I think that, by the way, when you look at this now a little more objectively, I think what you're seeing is you're seeing that it's just really kind of an upward facing channel at this point. This wedge is no longer confirmed because that breakout failed. So unless Elon makes a big tweet, it's probably not going to look very well. Wagme 32.64, Wojak 23.31. I think Wojak is dead, basically. I think this one, like, this is the poster child for get the fuck out and don't put any more money in. Decanect's up to 6.1 cents. MMA at 22.43. Shib at 87.26. Bone at 77.06. Just no movement. Cato 10.67. BRL 40.79. Lady 89.84. NGN 13.98. Turbo 67.17. Turbo volume still continues to impress. It's not getting up to that same level, by the way. though that we keep talking about here. So I would be nervous about Turbo, and I would think that Turbo probably has a nice bounce off of 5,000 one more time. Maybe we'll get like a big sort of spike, but I don't even think we're going to see this 1337 anymore. Volt 89.33, 300,000 in volume. Today is Volti Eco Day, so I'm expecting to see some price action, but I'm expecting to see a whole bunch of people starting to stake their Volt during the course of the day, which is going to be a phenomenal thing. I hope that the earnings on that are going to be just out of control. Ben is at 71.54, still within this channel, but I did move the channel out just a little bit because I thought it was a little more aggressive right here, and it broke to the downside of that. So now I'm thinking, and I moved it out here. This is not that it's still continuing in the channel that I originally created. This is me kind of moving it out just a little bit to say, maybe this is still, it looks still bullish, and it's still consolidating in this ascending wedge, and BitBoy is making the deal tomorrow to close everything out, and then he will be the sole handler, owner, whatever, of Ben Coin. And then that's, and I got Ben content coming out today. So in conjunction with BitBoy, I do reach out to him for any content and stuff like that. Make sure that he's not, opposed. So, and I don't talk shit, except to that airy bitch, because, then we have Lambo over here at 2080. Like I said last night, I'm not bullish on this anymore. I think that this is dead. I thought maybe we would get one more run because it did have some of that opportunity. It did kind of hold some position for a short period of time, but it's just not going to make it. Like this is, I think this is done. And they've listed on multiple exchanges. They've done everything that they can right. Grumpy Cat, I saw this 1300. Let's get in at 1300, right? Well, then it wasn't there. It was actually up here. So it was at this 13 level, and I'm like, you know what? 1387. That sounds like a pretty good. That sounds like a pretty good opportunity to get in on Grumpy Cat. So then I was starting to do the trade, and then I was like, you know what? It's not working. Like my whatever. And then I'm like, let me get to my office and do it. By the time I got to the office, it was close to 2,000. And I was like, well, shit, I'm not doing that. That would have been a 50% lift. So, like if I can put an ETH in here at 1,300, then it's worth letting it ride out. So, that's a great play and a great move. But otherwise, like, fuck that. Like, I'm not going in on Grumpy Cat at 2,000. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. If it comes back down to 1,300 one more time, tests the low, comes down to 1,000, tests another low, then I'll throw an ETH in just to see what, because I do believe that it's going to spike again and again. And I think that Scumdog Bag Millionaire, whatever guy, is probably going to be, like it'll pump again, and he'll start sharing with people. It'll have some room to run, just doesn't right now. So anyway, that's it. This is not financial advice. My name is Believes. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning. And guys, I got to go right now, but we will talk to you again soon.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I ain't mean to call you that. I'm ice cold.